All right, it is Saturday. It's about 1 o'clock. I'm gonna go ahead and throw together dinner. So we're making taco soup, by the way. So I've got 2 cans of black beans, 2 cans of kidney beans. I've drained and rinsed them. I've also got 3 cups of broth here. So what I did to mix it up was 2 teaspoons of tomato chicken bouillon, and then I did 1.5 tablespoons of ranch powder. Taco soup is kind of one of those things that I don't ever make the same every time, but somehow it always turns out good. It's like chili. So I do have like a staple recipe that I use that I put in my recipe book, but it kind of just depends on what I have around the house. I'm also gonna add a little bit of lime juice just to give it just something else. That was probably maybe a teaspoon. Just gonna mix that around a little bit. I went ahead and cooked my ground beef with some taco seasoning. I added some onions and some garlic in here. And then I seasoned it before my taco seasoning with just onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper. Gonna kind of mix that in a little bit. And then it looks like it's not enough liquid, but when it cooks down, when the beans kind of absorb a little bit of it, it will be a lot better. And then I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna measure my salsa just so I can give you guys an idea. But I do think I'm gonna add a whole cup of salsa. Normally I would do Rotel. Let me just mix this and see what it looks like. But like I said, my Aldi did not have Rotel. I think I'm probably gonna add another half a cup of salsa. I think that'll give it some good flavor. And then we also have salsa left over, so that's cool. My goal with when I make soup, like in a crock pot like this, is it seems like a lot, but it's because I'm aiming to have leftovers. So I'm hoping to be able to have leftovers for dinner tomorrow. And then I want to be able to freeze at least 1 serving of this just to keep in the freezer for like emergency lunches or whatever if we don't have anything made up and I need to throw something in my husband's lunchbox type of deal. So there is that. We're gonna pop a lid on this. Like I said, it's 1 o'clock now. So I'm probably gonna cook this until 5 or 6, and I just leave the lid on and just let it go. Everything's already cooked through, so you're just kind of melting all those flavors together. I forgot to get an end picture of our bowls, but this was seriously the best taco soup we have ever had. Highly recommend trying this taco soup. Another day, another crock pot dinner. So we are making what is called best ever chicken and rice. I'm gonna go ahead and make the chicken in the crock pot. The recipe that I will link down below for you has it cooking in the oven, but I'm not gonna do that because I have time to do it here. So I have got the seasoning blend. I'm gonna season my chicken breast with. I just made up this seasoning blend. It's got onion powder, garlic powder, seasoning salt, pepper, and paprika. So I just kind of mix it together and it's kind of just become like my all-purpose seasoning. And this here, in this measuring cup, is where I'm gonna make this sauce. So I've got a cup of chicken broth. I just use the Knorr chicken bouillon. If you've never seen it before, it's pretty popular now, but if you've never seen it, this is what it looks like. I have the beef and the tomato bouillon as well. Love this stuff. It is a pretty big container and it lasts me forever, and it's only about $8. So you can find it. You're wanting to save some money on broth, highly recommend. Obviously it's not real chicken broth, it's just chicken flavoring, but you know. I'm also gonna add a packet of onion soup mix. Just gonna kind of mix that together so you can dissolve the powders. Okay, and then you're gonna add a can of cream of chicken, cream of mushroom, and it says 3/4 a cup of sour cream, but I'm just gonna use what I have left in here because it's honestly about 3/4 of a cup, maybe half a cup. But riddle me this. Why do some cans not have the top and some of them, or why do some cans have the top and some of them don't? It drives me nuts. I don't know why. It's like, just make it all or nothing, you know? Because I don't like having to get out my can opener. I know it's such a small thing, but it's just like, why? Like, I just want to know why. So I'm just going to dump all this stuff in here, and then we'll mix it together and put it on top of the chicken. And I'm just going to let this cook all day. It is about, well, it's noon right now. So I'll just let this cook until it's dinner time. And then I will make up some rice in the Instant Pot. And then I think I have on the meal plan, we're going to have green beans too. So I'll make up some green beans on the stove, and this is going to be dinner. This is going to have leftovers, so my husband will have lunch tomorrow. I will have lunch tomorrow, and then hopefully we'll have some leftovers for when we have a leftover night. Put it on top of the chicken. Kind of make sure the chicken is all covered. There we go. I am gonna pop a lid on this, cook this on low for about 5-6 hours. After the chicken was done, I just removed it from the crock pot and used my hand mixer to shred it. And then I just made some rice in the Instant Pot. I've made rice in the Instant Pot a million times. So if you guys want to see how I do that, just go back to my past What's for Dinner videos. Here's what it looks like when it all came together. Definitely not the most appealing looking dinner, but it was absolutely delicious. Next, we are making a family favorite. This is my go-to meatloaf recipe, and I will leave it typed out down below for you. It is one that went in my recipe book. That is going to be my tried and true meatloaf recipe, and it is eggs, water, ketchup, and a box of stuffing mix, and that is all you need. And it is absolutely just, it's so good. And then I added some Worcestershire sauce too, just to give it a little extra something, but you don't have to. There's enough flavor in the stuffing mix, but definitely have to try this recipe. With this, I made some mashed potatoes in the Instant Pot as well. They look kind of weird because I peeled them ahead of time and then forgot to cover them with water, but it all turned out fine. They tasted just fine. And then I just heated up my butter and my milk together. And I found that when you heat up your butter and your milk, it just makes things so much creamier. So I've been doing that a lot recently, and it makes for some really, really yummy mashed potatoes. Here is what it looks like when it all came together. We served it with the mashed potatoes and gravy and corn. I hope that you guys enjoyed this week's What's for Dinner. If you did, make sure and give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please subscribe. Other than that, see you in my next one. Bye.